too.
Then when this book came out, I was called by Jim Jordan, the founder of the film department at Art Center.
Yeah.
Jim was an amazing human being. He was 5'6", shaved head, 24/7 tan, shirt open to his belly button, gold chains,
H wood. Right.
shirt, sockless shoes,
No,
white
no.
shoes. The fastest moving man I ever saw. He moved like a bullet.
Really?
He created the Art Center film department.
No kidding.
And Art Center College of Design in Pasadena now has what I consider the best film department in the world, as measured by the percent of people who work, who graduate from
Right.
it. USC, which is probably the most famous film department and certainly the most expensive, has about a 5% work rate. So that would be like if I went to you and said, Kate, I got a great deal for you.
Yeah.
Give me $200,000. There's a 5% chance you'll ever see any
That's
of it back.
insane.
That
Yeah.
wouldn't be a great
It's
bet.
the
I would
worst.
think.
Yeah, it's crazy.
UCLA is about 10%. The American Film Institute is about 20%. NYU is about 20%.
Yeah.
Cal State Northridge is about 5%. We go on and on like that.
Yeah.
There are two schools that have a percent to speak of. One is Cal Arts
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Valencia, created by Disney. I teach one class there. They have a 40% work rate.
Oh, that's all right.
That's
Yeah.
beginning to be even money.
Yeah.
Art Center is 90%.
Brilliant.
The reason is that the Art Center founder in 1932 said no full-time teachers.
Wow.
You have to be working in the field
Love it.
to teach.
It's great.
So the students there get some real hardcore stories.
Yeah.
Some of the teachers aren't maybe the greatest teachers, but at least the anecdotes are real.
Yeah.
They're not wannabes and they're not never-did-its.
Yeah.
So at Art Center, we have a 90% employment rate, and
Nice.
I said, Jim, he called me, he said he wants me to teach. He's just creating a film department. I said, I don't know how to teach. He said, if you can write that book, you can teach.
Wow.
And
Well, I'll tell you what, every guy that you've sent us numerous, students, and we've done a number of student film castings and what have you over here, so here at Big House, and I've loved every guy that we've worked with.
Yeah.
I mean, all of your students are just remarkable.
They're a cut above
They
most.
really are.
For one thing, they're older. Our average age in the undergrad program is about 26, and the
Yeah.
grad program is about 30. So they're grown-ups.
Yeah.
Many of them have worked,
Yeah.
and they know the game, and they come there to tune up and lube. And
Yeah.
our students we've had Michael Bay was a student, Zack
Nice.
Snyder was a student,
Right.
Tarsim, Marcel Langenegger, Roger Avery. These are Oscar winners, high-end people, and they're wonderful guys, and they know their stuff.
Yeah.
And in the crews of the films that I have produced or directed, I've hired about 5,000 people in
Wow.
my days. About half of them didn't go to a film school.
Yeah.
They worked their way up, and half of them went to Art Center.
Wow.
And it's not even that I'm prejudiced because I don't know
Yeah.
what school they went to
Right.
necessarily, but the professionalism there is very high.
It's cut above. Yeah.
So in my teaching, I meet people. It also keeps me tuned into what's happening.
Sure.
I would have no idea what the latest camera is, except all the camera companies give equipment to our school because they want the kids to learn
Right.
how to use it.
Sure.
So I know what's happening, and so I teach, I write books, I make films, usually producing and directing, but I've shot and
Yeah.
edited and done every technical function.
Nice.
One I want to tell you about
Yeah.
in a moment. And the fourth thing I do is consult
Yeah.
to filmmakers.
Yes. Which I've
Yeah.
met with you on that.
Yes.
Which is, I think, what we do here at Sound Advice for actors and for voiceovers to get you moving and grooving and all that kind of stuff. You are that to the industry for directors, writers, would-be producers,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
And all the above. If you're going to be all of those things too, and you are such a cut above on that. I mean, this is so what I want, myself, and I know so many talent who need that. Are there other people who do that? I don't know anyone else who does that.
If you type in film industry consultant on
Yeah.
the web, there are 13,000 pages. I'm the first one that comes up. I
Is
don't know
that
how
right?
my web guy did that, but he
Wow.
does. All the others don't look to me like somebody I would approach.
Yeah.
There's like the consultant on how to find locations in the Philippines.
Right.
So I don't know if there's anybody else who does what I do. I actually don't know that. And recently, I have about 400 clients, an equal number of producers, writers, directors, and actors,
Yeah.
all of whom, the common denominators, they want to be more responsible for their careers. They
Yeah.
don't want to go to the 61 auditions to get
Right.
one callback, which
Right.
is what SAG says. And so I have developed ways, since I've been in the business my whole life, I've developed ways to improve likelihood.
Yes.
And I don't guarantee anything because I'm not
Right.
a
You can't. How
consultee,
can
but
you know, it is what you make of it. You have to own your own career anyway. I mean, no matter how you slice it. I mean, it's just the way it is. But if you want to work in this industry, here's what I was going to ask you: is like,
Yes.
do you feel? I mean, it was funny. We were talking about this with the girls here. You know, and do you feel the old industry that your father came up in was a better scenario because it guaranteed work for most of the actors who signed on to these studios and what have you? Do you feel that was a better scenario in some respects? It's funny,
Yeah.
I never have said yes, I think that was better until just like recently. I kind of went, God, maybe it was a better thing in some respects.
yeah,
You know?
Kate, I am so conservative. I am pre-dinosaur.
Yeah,
Yes, it was better, as measured by the number of products
Yeah.
and the excellence of the
Right.
products. The studios pre this new era each studio made about 100 films each a year.
wow,
That was be 800 to 900 films.
wow.
Now each studio makes 10 a year. So the number of products alone is different.
Yeah,
And then after the number would be the quality. If you have an apprenticeship system, which the studios used to have,
yeah, they don't really know.
you would sign on as an actor, they'd train you.
Yeah,
There was another job which doesn't even exist anymore on a movie set called dialogue director.
yeah,
My father began as a dialogue director.
No
There would be
kidding.
a technical director and a dialogue director. So by the time you got up to the A picture status, you knew your stuff. And for me, the greatest directors are John Ford and Hawks
Right.
and those types. But we forget John Ford had made about 80 films before the ones we remember him for.
wow.
So the runway was longer, more gradiently built, so
Right.
one could get his or her craft. I think it was better. At the same time, my head isn't totally in the sand because I've got 2 kids and they keep, come on, Pop.
Yeah, yeah,
And I guess part of my view, you asked me as an individual, do I
Yeah,
think it was better?
yeah.
Yes. As a professional in business, I can't really care what's better or not.
Right.
I have to address the problem at hand. And
Right.
the problem at hand is studios are going to make each about 10 films a year. The average production budget is $80 to $100 million. The average marketing budget is $40 to $50 million. That's $130 to $150 million per product. And they give it 1 weekend to survive.
right.
My opinion is that's an okay game if you know the rules and you can play it and want to play it.
Yeah,
But there are thousands of graduates of film schools all over the country and the world
right.
who want to make films. There are not going to be that many who get to make those $150 million projects.
Right.